to all our brothers and sisters world over, all our friends, brothers, sisters, well wishers, and fellow human beings, wherever you are in different countries, in different continents, in different time zone, in different conditions, and the world is becoming a better place in 2021. We all have come a long way. Thank God 2020 is over. Oh my God, it gave such a rigors and rigmarole and such a difficult time. Doctors, nurses, paramedical people, great warriors, they have done a great job. But our teachers, our educators, our principals, our vice principals, our headmasters, and our vice chancellors, and technocrats and counselors, you all are also great, great, great warriors. You have done a remarkable job. We send our blessings and regards to all of you. You have done a commendable work during this pandemic, and the way you have handled, oh my God, 140 crore population of India, parents, teachers, wow, principals, students, everybody struggling and finding solution. Online education, wow, flip learning, digital learning, blended learning, techo-based learning, outside classroom learning, whatsoever pedagogy and andragogy you can think of, everything has been applied during this pandemic. Okay, great. So we all have come a long way, and today is 549th webinar of ICSI during this pandemic. And we have been focusing on education, new education policy 2020. Online education will become an integral component of education. If there's any doubt, we can share. We have got four distinguished guests, and I have to go alphabetically. We have got Madam Jayanti R. Prasad. We have got Madam Maheshri Natrajan. We have got Shri Ashok Vankadari, and we have got Shri Ganjan G. Govada. We have got four distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to talk about that the online education will become an integral component of education. Let's talk about it. Let's move in the journey. 31 million Indians abroad in different countries and are chambered directly educated. Today, there is a program going on. If you go on YouTube, you will be able to see the curtain raiser to Bhartiya, that is Parvasi Bhartiya Divas, is going on by the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India on YouTube. And that is the convention, 16th Parvasi Bhartiya Divas. And tomorrow will be the curtain raiser by the Prime Minister. Tomorrow is the inauguration by Shri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Prime Minister of India, of Pravasi Bhartiya Divas. And thereafter, you will have certainly the valedictory function. Similar way, we also organize Punjabi Parvasi Divas. Like you have got vibrant Gujarat, vibrant Maharashtra, vibrant Telangana, vibrant Rajasthan, vibrant Madhya Pradesh, and vibrant Karnataka. You see, the whole country is vibrant. So we also organize, because in India, this basically norm started, and that's why it is a 16th Parvasi Bhartiya Divas, but it is 27th. It's 27th Punjabi Parvasi Divas, which is going to be held. Here it is 31 million Indians abroad. Out of that, majority of the people, those have gone from Punjab. So you can enjoy on 13th of January. Happy Lohri, and education and youth empowerment is the focus with global wellness. And that's going to take place on 13th of January. So ladies and gentlemen, International Virtual Conference on Wednesday, next week, 13th of January. That is from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 12-hour non-stop. And you are not required any Zoom. You got to just come on GS Motivator, and you will be able to meet more than 100 experts from world over. Now you will tell me how 100 people, because we are talking about empowering Punjab, education, skills, MSME, health, wellness, and water management. And these are the areas which are going to be discussed during the day. We will start in the morning 9 a.m. and that will go up to 9 p.m. Various technical sessions You can well imagine there are 17 technical sessions which are going to take place. That is on 13th of January, and that is the program. Our chamber is deeply associated for holistic education because education requires skills, it requires MSME, it requires all aspects of our education system. Next year, we have rather this year 2021 we have dedicated to future of education, making education relevant, balanced with technology and health. The government has done tremendous work. All our teachers have done wonderful work during pandemic, and the government-led distance learning offers. They all are shown over here, and then learning losses, which basically took place due to inequality in getting the education timely. What all has happened in pandemic that has been listed right over here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, during pandemic and post pandemic when we talk about while schools are closed, when schools reopen, and throughout how to seize an opportunities to improve the system for the long term. This used to be Vedic Shiksha in India before 15th century, and then India got independence. And when we talk about 1947, 15th of August, on that day, India had 19 universities, 400 schools, and 5,000 students. Imagine we have come a very, very long way. Thankful to Honorable Prime Minister of India and the Education Minister, new education policy has come, which was given to the whole world and India on 29th of July. It has got a lot in storage. School education and higher education, how it's going to change, what exactly is going to be the change. And Flip Learn with Madam Divya Lal has got lot to support the entire education ecosystem. Our chamber is organizing almost 30 webinars per week, all related to education, skills, self employment, entrepreneurship, startup, stand up, self improvement, whatever is required, your soft skills, all that part we are taking care of. We have also learned that next crisis world over is going to be basically on water. There's going to be acute water shortage. And if we want to improve that, we got to improve and we got to empower our women because everything starts from our residents and everything starts with our women. If they are empowered, if they can take care of things, then there is no problem. Youth empowerment, teachers empowerment with the new education policy. And our chamber is having almost 12 hours beaming every day for world. This is the concept of soft skill and life skill which we brought for them. And we are helping now all schools, colleges post pandemic. If any private school or government school, irrespective whosoever you are, and if you want to get a government grant for setting up incubation center, if you want to set up finishing lab for soft skills and life skills, or if you want to have Atal Tinkering Lab, our chamber would be more than happy to support you. Then tomorrow, that is on Saturday, we hold at 5 p.m. very special program on Swami Vivekanand ji. Then also on 12th of January is the birthday of Swami Vivekanand ji, which is being celebrated world over as National Youth Day. That day also we are organizing a very special program channelizing youth power for nation building. And ladies and gentlemen, NRIs, because we are very deeply and closely associated with non-resident Indians. Tomorrow evening, 8 p.m., you will have NRIs. They are going to talk about our education ecosystem. And the topic they have taken is relevance of Vedic lifestyle and Gurukul education in current times. So that is tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Thereafter, ladies and gentlemen, from Monday evening, we are starting a new series. Monday evening, 7 p.m., 7 to 8 p.m., Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We are going to have 1 week very special programs. हमारे जीवन में 16 संस्कार क्या है? The 16 संस्कार series we are starting, and this is going to be from Monday, that is 11th of January. Thereafter, we move on. We go to, this is our research during pandemic, our basic food, our basic health, and our basic education. 2021 आप सबको मुबारक हो, बहुत बहुत हार्दिक अभिनंदन, और आप सब लोगों को नए साल की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. Ladies and gentlemen, whatsoever human mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. All of us, let's get together and we can achieve whatsoever we want to achieve. So, we extend a very warm welcome this afternoon to our distinguished guests, those who have come and those who have joined over here. And we would request them, each one of them can speak 5 to 6 minutes, and they should share with us today about their school, about a minute or so they can devote and dedicate. Where are they located? Which city are you located? And do you have a co-ed? Up to what class you have got your school? And thereafter, how do you look at it? How have you used digital technology during this particular pandemic? And how do you look at it that the online education is going to be now integral part of our education ecosystem? With these words, a very warm and a very hearty welcome to Madam Jayanthi. We start with ma'am. Pleasure to have you with us, ma'am, this afternoon. Please go ahead.
Thank
Namaskar.
you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for a wonderful introduction. Very glad to know the work that you're already doing. I am not associated with any one particular school, but I have worked with many schools in Bangalore and Hyderabad and some parts of Tamil Nadu. I definitely feel this online education needs we all, when I say all, we teachers, parents, and the other bodies, we need to understand online and the flip side of it, because I hear a lot of parents complaining that the child is on the internet for long, and the mother who is looking at the child does not know whether the child is doing schoolwork or the other work or some games. And I hear complaints all the time that my child is always on the mobile, always on the tablet and the sister computer. So the other aspects of children are being because of the pandemic also. The other aspects are being kind of ignored, the physical aspects and other aspects. So I have a feeling that we need to educate our parents here, especially the ones who are at home, the homemakers, on parental control, on in fact, we should also talk about what other things which can be done, not on the online time, but the offline time with children. Schools are doing a wonderful job. In fact, as you said, teachers learned instantly on how to impart education on online, because it was very new to them. In fact, when we went with online programs to schools few years back, they found it very difficult. Children would learn the teachers' passwords, and we had issues like that. But then, yeah, children are much smarter when it comes to internet and usage of digital media. But then, if parents are not equipped, it becomes difficult for everyone, because we are not intending to get the child hooked on to the internet or um, the system. So this is one aspect which is of a real concern, and parents are asking me all the time. So we need to think. See, right now, yes, we had to impart education, and we did that wonderfully. But if we have to sustain, we need to think beyond the teaching learning process. We need to think about how do we get our children to use their non digital time in a way that it is productive, so that we get we have a win-win situation here. That's my concern, and that is what I wanted to bring it up today, because um, yeah, parents are concerned and we are also concerned.
Okay.
We do not want the child to be on the internet always.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Maheshwari, ma'am, hearty welcome to you. Pleasure to have you after Jayanti, ma'am.
Thank
Let's
you,
share
sir.
something from your side.
Yes. Good afternoon to all of you here, both on the panel and those on the YouTube. Um, Before going on to the actual concept of online education, I would like to heartfully thank COVID for having pushed us into the well, so to say.
Yeah.
I come from a generation of students whose extracurricular activities was nothing but reading storybooks or maybe Archie comics on the slide. Just like today, how today's parents complain about online, our teachers used to tell our parents, your daughter is not putting in enough studies on the textbooks, but she is reading storybooks. At some point of time, those parents, our parents, took it into their stride and they managed to bring us up to read and study and get marks. So I think today's parents, as ma'am just said, Jayanti ma'am just said, somewhere a little bit of education needs and to be done. And before I move any further, I would like to give you just a bit of a background about myself and my school. I'm Maheshwari, who's got about 31 years of um, experience as an educationist. I come from a family of educators. I am the fourth generation of teacher. My daughter has also got into this sector, though she is in a different aspect of teaching. She's a Montessori teacher, teaching concepts through music. I don't
Ah,
Lovely.
the totally
I,
different one.
I want to meet her immediately. I don't want to meet you.
But right now she's in class. She doesn't get much in
Okay.
class setting.
Because our chamber is doing research for last 8 years. Music for education, music for mathematics, music for geography, music for history, music for physics,
And
music for
music,
chemistry, music for
yes,
biology. I
yes,
want to meet her at the earliest.
I'll put her in touch with you, sir. She has
God bless
developed
you.
some concepts which she
God bless you. God bless you.
applied for patenting. So apart from her, so I come from a school which is in the outskirts of Chennai. I won't call ourselves pure rural, neither are we pure urban. When I started the school there, I had about 60% of my children who were first generation learners, in the sense that they knew only Telugu or Tamil. They did not know English, and they had nobody to hold their hands when they went back home and said, "My teacher has asked me to read this lesson or do this sum or whatever." So it was more or less a full-time job for the teachers. Even after school, they used to stay back, and somehow we waded those times. And today we have, fortunately for a few, shall I say, corporate donations which have helped us. Two corporates have helped us to set up the school. We have a fantastic digital arena in our school for the children. So the first thing that we did was put the teachers through the training. And when I say teachers, I am including myself. There was a time when I used to say, if I touch the computer, it will give me a shock. I'm scared. And it is not a joke. That is what I felt about computer. I was not born with the Apple iPhone like my children are today. And as was rightly remarked, there are times when the students used to teach me. I distinctly remember struggling with my password because I'd forgotten, and there was a seventh standard kid who was sent to me to be punished because he was unruly in class and he wasn't listening to the teachers. He was watching me and he said, "Ma'am, can I hack it for you?" Honestly, I told him, please wait outside my room and I want to meet
Uh,
your mother in the evening. And the
but,
mother came and I told her, I
uh,
think you need to put this child as an ethical hacker. He knows how
uh,
to do it.
Ma'am, Prime Minister organizing hackathon.
Yes, sir, he is participating in it. He's got a, now he's out of the school,
Yeah.
got a few awards. See, somewhere we, all these jokes apart, we learn who our children are through these kinds of incidents. So that's how the school was. And right, I retired in the month of June, and there was a very beautiful article by Forbes India on how I, along with some the Zoho Corporation, together we developed a an app called Zoho Classes, which our school is using, apart from other schools who are also using it. And we are totally online now for the past 8 months. So, having said that, I would also like to say that we have learned, our children have learned, our parents have learned how to use the computers, how to work on the computers. They will soon learn how much to give in, how much time they should allot the child, how much would be schoolwork and how much will be otherwise. And they will also learn the tricks. Just like how my parents learned when I was tricking them with the Mills and Moon inside my textbook. So they will also learn somewhere or the other. They will learn, but it is important for us to hold their hands, and because they don't have the wherewithal that schools have, right? So that is, I think, it has come to stay. There are a lot of advantages. For example, if a child is absent, all he needs to do is click on that day's work and you listen to the teacher again.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to ask for notes from his classmates. He doesn't have to go and say, and the child might transfer something different from what the teacher has done. So these are all advantages, definitely, which we have. But then we also have, what shall I say, a little bit of danger in this. Somewhere the teacher student relationship has taken a toss. The first thing that we see that any teacher looks for when they enter the school is a smiling faces. And those hugs that come to us from the little ones, especially the KG. There are kids who call me Party in the school. Party means grandmother.
Hello.
They call me Party. And I used to feel so honored when they did that. And they would come with that one squishy squash to rose on Teacher's Day. See, those are all things which, we really miss them with this kind of an online system. But somewhere we need to learn to marry the two systems and give a proper offspring to our children, if I may use that analogy. And teachers are definitely role models. The warmth that they feel from us, the way they imitate us, whether it is the way we dress or whether it's the way we talk or our accent, all of that goes for a toss sometimes when we are watching a computer. Even now, when I'm talking to all of you, I feel I'm being slightly vague about it because I'm not able to see your eyes. That's very important for a teacher. No, sir, not because of your glasses. I'm saying because I'm talking to my screen and not to you. So that's how it is. And somewhere I'm also afraid that the art of writing.
No, the point was not that you can't see.
Uh,
We teachers understand the opponent's mindset through
yes,
the eyes,
yes,
through the face.
yes,
I,
and
So
I,
yes,
looking at them is very, very essential.
yes,
When they close their eyes, right, you will
yes,
not know what's happening inside the mind's psychology.
yes, yes.
So,
And sir, we have eyes at the back of our heads, according
Ashokji,
to
absolutely.
our students.
Ashokji,
Huh,
I'll,
Sarji?
I'll give you one very valuable input to all four of you. In armed
Yeah.
forces, no army officer is allowed to use goggles while talking in front of someone because through eyes you can hide your
A lot of
secret.
emotions, yeah. Absolutely.
So it is not allowed. I come from the army background. You're not allowed to use goggles. You can't use glasses. I'm talking about the colored glasses or googles,
Mhm.
while goggles when you're talking to the opponent or the person in front of you. It's not allowed in armed
Right,
forces.
sir.
And the main reason is tactical. That is, you must burst through because eyes can tell a lot.
Exactly.
Yes, Maheshwari ma'am, please go ahead.
So, yes, one more point before I end
Yeah.
my dialogue.
Mm.
See, I'm also worried about the concept of losing out the art of writing. The kids are very fast in doing the keypad, art of writing. Are they going to memorize? Will they be able to memorize? Because they have everything at the click of a button. If I don't know the meaning of the word diaspora, all I need to do is just click on it. I don't, if I were not having this Google with me, I would take the opportunity to learn it and keep it somewhere in my short term or long term memory. The children are losing that art of doing that. So these are some of my worries. And of course, every system, whether it is writing or online or Gurukula or any system that you have, has its pros and cons. So, as I said, we need to look at the best of it and come to a conclusion. So, I hope the online continues for all its advantages and we are able to weed out the disadvantages in the long run.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maheshwari ma'am, you need
No.
not to worry on that front at all,
Mm,
because the latest World Economic Forum deliberations are going on now,
mm,
and you can see it on the YouTube,
mm,
because Davos, every year in the Davos, there are in Switzerland, there are deliberations by the World Economic Forum, and they are on different themes.
mm,
Education and skill is also one of the theme which is being taken over there. And if you'll see World Economic Forum latest study which is coming and which is now virtual, which is happening over there,
mm,
there are many skills which were existing earlier and they are not there today. And there are many skills which are there today which will not be existing later. At the same
mm,
time, they have given a comparative analysis. Yesterday, they have released it. There are a couple of skills which were there in 2015 which are not required now. They are obsolete and obsolescent. Now, what would happen is that writing skills will go away, but some other skill is coming. Do you know that now soft skills are becoming more important than hard skills? Hard
mm,
skills you can acquire one, but soft skill, 85% they have given the weightage now. Now you will tell what exactly is soft skills. I will share with all of you in a little while, and what future is going to be, because why education, why somebody should go to school, why somebody should go to college, why do I acquire a particular skill? There is a purpose. Either there is an economic purpose, or there is a social purpose, or there is a cultural purpose, or there is a fourth embargo which is given over here, that is called personal purpose. If you read, there are 4,000 videos available, and there's a gentleman called Sir Ken Robinson. Sir Ken Robinson. You will see, and he says, what is the purpose of education? Then you must see Dr. Sugata Mitra. His videos, if you'll see,
the hole in the
it's
wall.
very interesting. A hole in the wall. There are a couple of things, because day and night I watch on the average, how I tell other children, on the average at this age of 72, I watch about 50 movies related to education every day, 50 videos every day, because God has made somebody tall, somebody short, somebody handsome, somebody less handsome, somebody very fair, somebody less fair, somebody with lot of hair, somebody like me with no hair, and somebody else, he has given some qualities to everybody. He has made all of us different, but he has given only one thing common to all of us. Okay, all the participants, those are joining from our participants. Can somebody write what God has given all of us? There's only one thing God has given common to all of us. Only one thing. Rest everything is different. We have got different religion, different faith, different ethos, different culture, different norms, different costumes, different hairstyle, different anything. Everything is different except one thing which he has given common to all of us. If I have a quiz over here with my four principles, then it is different. But I think I should give it to the audience. Anybody who answers this correctly, you get 1,000 rupees this afternoon. I'll pass on right now to you. 1,000 rupees. What God has given common to all of us. And I'm feeling little sad. There are only 23 participants with four principles today. Wow. Only 23. And when with two principles, I get 500 participants every day. Why such a poor? All are on a holiday, or they have gone a digital way. I do not know. Okay, you can post your answer. If your answer is first and correct, that God has made all of us different, but God has given only one thing common to all of us. What is that? You can post it in the group. Whosoever answers first correctly, you get 1000 rupees. Right. And with these words, we go to Mr. Ashok Wankadariji and let him share his vision and his city, his place, and his school, and then we will move on.
Very
Yes.
good afternoon to all of you, all the dignitaries here.
Oh, okay. Just 1 second, Ashokji.
Sarji,
There is somebody known as Gagan Gamer. From which school? Gagan Gamer. There is somebody named as Gagan Gamer. You are the first. No, 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 no. Before that, there's one answer. Booma Lakshmi. Booma Lakshmi. Which school? Booma Lakshmi, write your school. Booma Lakshmi, write your school. Booma Lakshmi, write your school. You get 1000 rupees this afternoon. You have to give me your account number and write over here like Amitabh Bachchan, I'll send you 1000 rupees. Okay, Ashokji, go ahead. Yes.
once again, good afternoon to all the smiles on the educator's face and the dignitaries here. Yes, my name is Ashok Wankadari and I'm representing Vasvi Education Trust. The trust has an aim to share the knowledge with the middle and the lower middle class students who find it difficult uh, to approach education as the pays are very high now, or the fees are very high. So the management's aim is to support these kind of people, wherein I'm also supporting in different aspects. And we are handling CBSE and state, and future we are also getting an ICSE board syllabus as well. As all of the ladies started, yes, there are pros and cons for
Which city you are in? Which city you are in?
I'm from Bangalore.
Bangalore, huh? Okay.
Bangalore. For any point you take in life, there are pros and cons. Even you need to live, need to die, there are pros and cons next to that. When we talk about online education, yes, it's an ocean of knowledge. But my point of view here is accessibility. Though it is flexible, accessibility. Sarchi, you gave me three, four options for about soft skills. That is nothing but communication skills, language development, presentation skills. Now, when we're talking about these three connected to the online, our students who are in rural area are not getting the support. Maybe various factors, technology, your internet issues, devices, wherein accessibility is very less for these things. Number one. Number two, there are people with abundance knowledge. यहाँ पे अभी जो है चार हस्तियां हैं, इन हस्तियों के पास जाके they can take a little bit of knowledge sharing also if they are interested to acquire. The reason is limitations. If you see the lot of people, we say in call center, to be frank enough, I possess a little bit of call center experience before I started my teaching career. There we say mother tongue influence, MTI. That is because of the social environment they would have got up. They would have brought up this language they would have spoken. So, lot of things. Simple word which has been misused throughout in India is why because. When you use it together, Hindi, kyunki, Tamil, edikenzunna, Telugu, endukante, Kannada, enike andre. Everywhere there is a word in English language which has been translated. Why? Because it's been used. But many of us, we don't know if you're using both the words. There should be a pause or there should be a gap between that. Continuities and incorrect grammar. This, if we need to educate, we need to share. That is where we are lacking the modes. Yes, online is amazing platform to share the knowledge, but there are a lot of drawbacks. A lot of drawbacks. They're not major, very minute, but they say, right, a nuclear bomb is very small, but the destruction is very vast. The same way, Miss Natarajan was also sharing about hacking. The The student thought it is a assistance. But tomorrow, I only tell people, I don't trust time, but I trust people. Time can bring in anything, as we never expected COVID to come into the scene, and all of us has to face a new challenge. Now, already the second challenge is on way. Most of us have to start the school, and the central or the governments are saying people can opt both online and offline. Now, handling classes together, one of the greatest challenge,
Okay.
because you're looking at the student in the session, and chances of ignoring the student on the device or interactive pattern, as many of us we feel that an educator, we have to have personal interaction as in the class, which is very essential to share knowledge. I believe in sharing knowledge. Whoever it is, whatever happens, if it is in my bucket, enjoy it. You can take it, enjoy it. I will not say nothing. I will not say anything else. So now the when we have it in our bucket, there are a lot of blockages for us to share. इंटरनेट है सर जी, पर कितने लोगों को इंटरनेट 100% मिल रहा है? And we say as educators, we say students are not using the phone properly, or the parents are saying students are, we don't know what's happening, but are we guiding them in the right direction? The days are gone where we used to say dandam dashugnam bhavetu, wherein we used to say one word, one shouting or one hit could treat a student. But now the trend has changed. We need to go in their way, wherein they need to analyze, they need to understand what they're doing is correct or wrong. Self analysis, self correction is a best way of learning anything which comes across. We are giving knowledge, we are sharing knowledge. Now we are no more teachers. In 21st century, we are all only educators, or we are only guiders. We are not teaching anything. It has gone to that level of what do you say, stage where we are only assisting students to acquire knowledge. And I love to share knowledge, but there are drawbacks, and I'm not saying drawbacks will stop you. Those are all negative thoughts, which allows us to convert it into a positiveness. If that is not there, we'll not be able to march towards the success. If we need to march, आगे से we are in a battle, there is an enemy walking towards me. I have one bullet. How do I handle? If I start taking it negative and step back, that means I'm a loser. If I'm going to have a plan and execute it in a right way, in a positive mindset, yes, I can be a winner. I can win the battle. So all the negatives, yes, those are the points that we need to work to convert it into positive and take it in the right direction, wherein all of us, because India is the land of knowledge. People are coming back to India. People are thinking about Indians. When we look at abroad, ma'am, all the hastiyas yahan pe, if you're looking at abroad, wherever we see scientists, doctors, researchers, or anything, anywhere, we'll see Indians first. But where are we lacking behind? So that particular point, see, Gandhiji started one freedom fight. There were supporters started. So I am trying to say we have to forward in such a direction that everyone, as Dr. Sharma sir said, soft skills, one of the essentials, a part. NEP also talks about it, because NEP is almost 90% as Cambridge syllabus policies, wherein whether we are talking about pedagogy, whether we are talking about the using techniques, how we have to take it forward, all these things are there. It's a tremendous opportunity for our educators and for us to take the education of India to the next level, which is very, very important. All these days, yes, we had put our limitations for ourselves. Next, it is we who have to use all the platforms, irrelevant or irrespective of the challenges which are there. Convert it into positives, go forward, win the battle, show the world or show yourself that you're number one. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for sharing. You took me back to my memory lane of 1973 when first time I saw Bangalore standing in front of railway station and seeing that Ajanta cinema and Dharmender's movie Yadon Ki Barat, taking a right turn and going to Majestic Circle and going at the back, and there are three theaters together with one another. One is Santosh, one is Nartaki, and one is Alankar. All three cinemas together. So wonderful city, wonderful people, and last 50 years when I have been visiting, and I personally feel we what is constant in life? What is constant in life? Change.
Changes.
Change.
Change is only constant, right? We got to change with time. At the age of 72 today, I enjoy technology so much. You can't imagine. Whenever I'm sleeping, that is the only time when I'm away from the gadgets. Otherwise, I'm only with the gadgets. Once you know you can't live without it, but yes, utilize it in an optimum way, positive way, constructive way, innovative way, dynamic way. Now, coming to the soft skill, there are 135 soft skills. 135. There is a complete list we will provide. There is no problem because there's a lot of research going on. Your etiquettes, manners, gesture, body language, personality, critical thinking, analytical thinking, logical thinking, positive thinking, time management. Everything is a part of, and like Ashokji mentioned, your communication skills. Now it has moved to the next stage. It is called connecting skills. Anybody who wants to be a good anchor, anybody who wants to be a good orator, when I'm teaching abroad, whatever money I get there, I become a student. I join Anthony Robbins programs. I join Jim Rohn's programs. I join Brian Tracy's program. I join Les Brown's program. And one of the program they always say, what is the best investment on this planet? And I want to tell every child, I want to tell every teacher, whosoever is a part of this particular program today, the best investment on this planet is your own self growth. Your own self growth. You got to learn. You got to learn. You got to learn, unlearn, relearn, uplearn, whatever you want to call it. You got to learn and you have to enjoy. Whatever Maheshwari ma'am was telling, as an elder brother, I'm telling her, if you enjoy music, you will never grow old. You
Absolutely.
will never grow old. At 72, I'm 20 years old. And my mom, I'm telling you secret right over here. She's 95. She sings only romantic songs, nothing else. She enjoys. And she enjoys such a beautiful, no sad music, no sad song, no sad tunes. Why? No, 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 no. You got to remain happy. And particularly after this corona, I'm telling you today, problems will come, difficulties will come. They are the part of life. They are the part of process. You can't do anything about it. And Mahatma Buddha, you got to remember. Pain is the part of life. Pain and pleasure, they will go together. And desire is the root cause of pain. But well, we got to have desire. I wanted to marry a particular girl 50 years back and I got married. I'm such a happy person. So desire has to be there. Why not? If your desire gets fulfilled, it means God is helping you. And if God tells you, and if God gives you little pressure, it means God knows that you can handle it. That's why he gives it to you. Okay, so with these words, I go with the technology and the IT and the blended learning and the flip learning and the digital learning and the new mode online learning to Mr. Gowda ji, Mr. Gajanan G. Gowda ji.
Good afternoon, everybody. I can hear. Voice is clear.
Yeah, we will try to. We will try. Go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon. As sir says, learning as a language, what we call it as literature.
Ganjan ji,
Ah,
Gajananji, your,
Volume.
your voice is coming like an astronaut from the moon, like a Neil Strong, Neil Armstrong.
Now
On
voice is
the
clear, sir.
moon. Yes, yes, it's
Yeah,
clear. Go ahead, go
yeah.
ahead.
Basically, we are from. I am from Cambridge Public School. It is located in Chenpatna, near Ramnagara district, nearby our Ashok sir, Bangalore. Bangalore, nearby
City.
Bangalore.
Okay.
Surrounding 60 kilometers. We are not in rural side also. We are not in urban side also. So
Okay.
Yeah.
what are the sir Ashok sir told actually that what we are facing the problem, the same thing will be there in all the places because students are coming from a lot of areas. So when we call it as a technological learning or outcome, at that time, basically what I feel that uh, physically what we are connecting with the students, that is not possible. Now, when I'm going to talk with each other, at that time my body language will be there, eye to eye contact will be there. That is not possible. But virtually they can learn faster than the physical. This is my point of view. When I'm going to say, because I'm a technical background teacher actually, first, then later on I promoted as a vice principal. That's all. So here, when I'm going to say technically, communication is very important. So as you want communication, we are using the media, whichever the media it's made. It may be a internet, it may be a YouTube, it may be a social media, it may be a WhatsApp or whatever it may be. So when the pandemic come, at that time we thought that something has to be done. So we started the communication with the WhatsApp first. They are when they are habituated with that WhatsApp, because we had to train here the teachers, we had to train the parents first before what we call it as students. I agree with the madam also. She told that whenever we are to start with the students, before that the parents' knowledge is very important, because what they are doing and what the assignment is given by the teacher, they are not aware about it. So here awareness is very important. When we are going to say awareness, at that time first the awareness should be given to a parents, because in last academic year we are saying that you away from the gadgets. I think all of you agree with my point. Not to see the television, not to use the mobile. Now within a 2 months or within a 3 months, that the particular teacher only saying that use it gadget.
Without the phones, don't get in.
Without that we are not in the touch. So this pandemic situation, what it done means only three things is needed. One is family, one is internet, and one is mobile. Rest of the things we can do on this. Rest of all the things. What are the financial matter is there? Yes, we can transfer. I want to transfer my education. Yes, 100% we can transfer. Now Google Meet is there, Geo Meet is there, WhatsApp video call is there, and 4 members are there. Okay, we can communicate. So based on this, 100% I says that in education we need this platform, virtual platform, because now when we are going to see in the positive direction, if I am going to say, I want to travel. Now, sir, Sharma sir is saying somewhere, and some means Asop sir is somewhere. Now we are all together associated with this technology. Yes, my time is saved because traveling time, expenditure is less. Yes. So based on this, we had to create only a awareness. That's all. When I'm going to say awareness, at that time, I think sir given one example, that is bomb. So hacking is common thing nowadays because students are playing with that, so they know. But when they will become a traditional hacker, at that time we cannot. So the pause, what are the positive things are there? Just you motivate them to come on that positive points, and rest of the things are let what the God says. That's all. Because all the things when we are going to see, All the things have positive and negative.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right from the time universe was established, negative and positive both were there.
Both
Yeah,
were
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So we'll concentrate only on positive. We'll
Yes,
motivate on only on positive, and
yes.
let the technology come into the education field, because higher education field already they have the technology. When I'm talking about the school, that is also the kindergarten to fifth standard. Without the parents' help, we cannot. Okay, sixth standard to eighth standard, okay, that's all. Now the eighth standard, tenth standard, when I'm going to say that are the teenagers, so they are
Adolescents.
in some other way. So that we had to train them how the digital we can what we say that how we can use for the positive thing, that we can do that, and we can give one idea that when we are going to misuse this, at that time we have a digital footprint to trace out you. So obviously I think if you are going to delete your for video, or if you are going to delete your image, we can recover. We have tools for that. So you can say the students that everything is possible, and if you are going to do misuse, that is also possible to trace. If you give your gadget to me, what are the things you done from the morning to this time, I can trace it. Just an impact. So they will be on the track, and parents has to monitor. Both when we'll get the combination, at that time 100% I will say that school makes the wonder and students will be 100%. This is my point of view. Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Such a valuable inputs from all our distinguished guests today. Something very interesting I'm going to share now. Which school is this? Vidya Mandir Estancia.
My school.
Vidya Mandir Estancia.
My
So,
school, sir.
so, ladies and gentlemen, the reward goes to Bhuma Lakshmi Vidya Mandir Estancia. 1,000 rupees she gets right now. Ma'am, you got to contact her, or I think it should be girl's name, Bhuma.
No, no. Bhuma Lakshmi is our social science teacher.
No, it's a female, no? It's a
Bhuma
female.
Lakshmi is our social science teacher from
Okay.
primary section.
So Bhuma Lakshmi Vidya Mandir Estancia. She was the first to answer. After that, many other followed. Time is only common which God has given to all of us. You are in Canada, you are in America, you are in Australia, you are in New Zealand, you are in India, you are in Bangalore, you are in Chennai. Jayanti ma'am, which is your place?
Bangalore, sir, Bangalore.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
In fact, I'm very close to ET
In
school.
Bangalore.
I wanted to tell sir where my grandmother and my sister studied.
Where?
Thank you.
Oh,
Okay,
you
okay,
are asking.
great, great. What a pleasure. So now I would request Maheshwari ma'am just take her particulars, her bank account details, and my mobile number I'll put in the chat so that you can just immediately send me the details. Now, ladies and gentlemen, one more question. I think one more question, right? Before we close down today's session. And this question also 1,000 rupees. Be ready. I want all teachers and all students to participate. Today's topic is that online education, digital education, technology based education, whatsoever you want to call it, it will remain, it's not going to go away. And there is a study, beautiful study, that 29th of July 2020, the new education policy was introduced. And 25th of March onward, you are in complete lockdown, right? In 9 months, the study has come. Then in 9 months, India has traveled 10 years advance in education system. Whatsoever was to come in next 10 years in India, that has come in 9 months. So all teachers, you deserve big pat, and your principals are going to pat you afterwards, and they're going to give you good hug, and they're going to give you good thanks and blessings. And from from my side, because I'm the youngest here, 72 years old. So my hug also to my grandchildren, to my children. You all deserve a big pat and a big thanks to you. Now my question is, now you say question, yes. Which particular app was used maximum during this COVID for education? Don't tell me Google. Don't tell me Byju's.
Yeah.
Don't tell me Cisco. Don't tell me Microsoft. That is not the correct answer. I'm telling you well in advance right now. Which particular app was used maximum for imparting education? Because I have got statistics, I can show you the slide, so I know it, and that's why 1,000 rupees you have to get. Meanwhile, I'm just going to put my number in the chat box for Madam Maheshwari particularly and all my other principals, so that Maheshwari ma'am can contact this Bhuma Lakshmi and we give her 1,000 rupees. So hearty welcome, greetings, contact me, now go secret. Okay, so here it is for all of you. So it's such a pleasure to meet all of you. It's such a pleasure to have all of you. It was wonderful to have such a beautiful afternoon, and our deepest and heartiest congratulations and thanks to Bhumaji. Now the second question is on. Second question is, which particular app was used maximum for education purposes during COVID-19? Now, I'm not giving the complete question. You didn't ask me in India or overseas. So let me say, I'm talking about India. I'm not interested globally. Let them use whatever they are using. I'm interested about my own children, my teachers, which particular app was used. And we will have a closing round, 1 minute each. We will give it to everyone. Jayanti ji, you start, then Maheshwari ji, then Ashok, and then Ganjanan ji. That is 1 minute. Everybody can get your concluding remarks. And by that time, let me get the correct answer. Which particular app was used maximum? Oh, I'm telling you, don't write that. Again, you are writing Google and all that. No, Zoom is not an app. Zoom is a platform. Come on. You got to increase your knowledge. Zoom is a platform. It is not an app. It is a platform on which we all are connected. It is not an app. Okay, please, Jayanti ma'am.
Sir, what I would like to say here is this is the new normal, and we are learning. All of us are learning, and we need to. I completely agree with what Maheshwari ma'am said about writing, because when we write, it gets also written here. So we need to jointly conclude, certain do's and don'ts, and have a process for this. Is what I feel. Have a proper guidelines and process for this.
Great, great. Maheshwari ma'am.
I would say that we need to first sit down individually as a school, find out what we require, what our children require, put it down as small little timelines, and then have our midterm and long-term goals set properly before we actually start, advising children to do this or do that. So we need to have clarity within us before we start doling out advice.
Great. Ashok ji.
So I would like to conclude 2 points. Number one, as Jayanti ma'am and Maheshwari ma'am was talking about writing, I've already introduced an activity called Scribble or Baraha. Basically, when you give something and ask the students to write, even if it's notes, they don't write it.
Second one I didn't get. First I got Scribble. What is second?
Baraha. It's in Kannada. The name is Baraha.
How do you spell?
Bahara. Baraha.
Okay.
Sir, there is also Baraha
it's
software.
Baraha.
Also Baraha software in Kannada.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
So the word I've taken as scribble at this one. So tell the students that whatever you read, whether it's in a newspaper, magazine, anywhere, you feel attracted to that, put it down on a paper. Put it down on a paper and show it to us. So it is not that we are saying that you have to write only this, anything. So a lot of parents have come back stating that, sir, they have started improvising on the handwriting, they're writing, even without we telling them, they're taking initiatives to write. This is one. And the second one is, as I am looking at using this technology in a right way to guide the students to acquire the maximum knowledge from the ocean, because ocean will never empty, and I want my students to make the maximum use of it, because we have lot of knowledge people across the globe. It is not only in here, and yes, it's an opportunity for them to grasp it. So I'm only be a facilitator, guiding them in the right direction to grasp it. So that is my plan. I'm sitting with my team and working on the same.
Wow, great.
Yes.
Gajan,
Now I'll say like this: world technology or world teaching pedagogy should be reframed as digital teaching model. And in that, what will happen is when we are motivating our teachers, holistic development is goes to student first, the teacher. So what the pedagogy we are using, golden pedagogy, instead of that we can go for creative digital technology pedagogy. So in this way, this model is not there, but we have to plan what are the things are there in golden pedagogy. The same thing we can implement by using a digital. If it is possible, 100% our teacher and holistic development of our students will be there. This is my point of view.
okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a continuous learning, it's a lifelong learning, and we should keep learning as much as we can. Whether we have a flip learning, or we have a digital learning, or we have a blended learning, or we have an outside classroom learning, or outside four wall learning. Life is learning, ladies and gentlemen. It's something is beautiful. Life is a wonderful journey. We all got to understand. I've come a long way and I have enjoyed my life so much. You want to do something, but God has got designed something else for you. You want to become something, God has got something else for you. There are many people, those are teacher willingly, passion when you talk about, and they found the passion and that's why they became teacher. Many of us, we are accidental teachers also, and many of us who didn't get any other job and that's why we became teacher. I never wanted to study. I never wanted to be a teacher. I always was third class backbencher and I got 34% marks in the 11th class. I never ever wanted to be teacher. I hated studies. And God's grace and God should bless all those teachers who somehow passed me in my 11th class and I got 34% marks, and thereafter I was on the top of bloody cloud and I was on the top of the moon. I think uh, after getting 34% without flunking, I do not know, I can't recall how happy I was. I worked day and night physically on my body and otherwise, and I got commissioned into the Indian Army. And when I got commissioned into the Indian Army, I took a pledge one fine day as an honest, dignified soldier. I'll retire as a lieutenant general from the Indian Army. I've got a beautiful future now, very nicely, because you got to learn tactics and all those kind of things. Like Maheshwari ma'am was talking about the Google, that I always say Google now, goggle is basically because Google is coming in mind technology. So never put on goggles because you're not allowed that way. We were talking about. So when I became up to the major, there was a little bit of mishap and medical category down. And when you are in ambush and new track of life starts, and graduation, you do it from the GNU while being in army. They give you graduation degree, And thereafter, I had to perforce, with a very heavy heart, go to the School of International Studies and ask a teacher and in charge director, is there any subject where you have not to study? He looked towards me and he laughed. And he says, come tomorrow morning. That night I couldn't sleep. Next morning I got up and I went, and he called me 10 o'clock. I was there at 9 o'clock. He gave me a beautiful subject. I said, what is that subject where I have not to study? He told, you can do your post graduation, your master's in holiday and leisure tourism.
Oh.
It was sounding like a honey drops in my ears. Holiday and leisure tourism. And thereafter, ladies and gentlemen, I studied Thomas Cook, and I studied what is tourism, what is travel, why people travel, what is it. And let me tell you very frankly, I swear upon my Almighty and my gone Father to the heaven, that I did not write in my answer sheet anything from that textbook. Whatsoever I felt practically, I wrote that. And there were bad people like Madam Maheshwari and Madam Jayanti and Ashokji and Gajananji, that they put somebody else's marks in my answer sheet. And I got second position in the university, and they gave me scholarship to do my PhD.
Great.
When I went for my PhD and when I did on holiday and leisure tourism and service industry, the moment I finished my PhD, I thought now my crises are over, everything would be fine. The next crisis started. The UPSC exam came, I cleared that, and I was the first Indian Army officer to move on deputation to the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India.
Mm.
And when I sat next to the parliament, and I used to look towards parliament, and I don't want to use those words, and I used to feel this is the place where people decide our future and our fortune and our career and our tomorrow. This is the place where they sit in this circular building. So, Transport Bhavan, room number 121, the time passed, and I set up India's first National Institute for Tourism,
Wow.
and I drafted India's first MBA tourism way back in 1988 with my team, right from A to Z. And with Bangalore, I've got a very special bonding because for the Indian Army, I set up Hotel Management Institute in Bangalore. And I have learned now there are more than 4,000 students from the armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force. They are taking training over there today doing their hotel management. Ladies and gentlemen, either you find your passion in your profession. If you do not get your profession of your choice, find passion in your profession. It is very, very important. If you have become teacher, if you have come to teaching profession, first of all, start realizing you are the paid guest of God. You are the paid guest of God because you are learning every day and you're getting your salary also. Like in tourism, I used to feel
Travel.
because on my passport, I've got just 119 countries I traveled
Oh,
world over.
so few.
And I'm a true Punjabi. I have not spent single rupee of my own. The
इसीलिए
countries who
बोला
the countries who invited me, I told them, you are inviting me. You got to pay for my travel and you got to pay for my boarding and lodging. You need me. And when I was traveling to teach in America, I was pinching myself. Third class 11th standard student from India. Nobody knows about it. Graduation from Indian Army and your master and PhD. Fortunately, Maheshwari ma'am put somebody else's mark in your answer sheet. And,
Ah, why am I being pulled now?
and Jayanti ma'am was also kind. And Ashokji and Gajananji also help you. And stupid fellow, now you're teaching in America. And once you get 11 lakh of rupees per month for 2 months each, then you realize God, anything and everything is possible on this planet. You should be disciplined, you should be passionate, and you should have fire in your belly
True.
to bring change whatsoever you are
Very,
doing.
very true. Very
And
true.
Indian education system if India will change, if India will prosper, if India will do anything good tomorrow, it is only and only by means of education, nothing else. It's
Sir,
educators, it's teachers, it's our mentors, and it's our youth. Youth, you are wonderful. You are wonderful tomorrow. Start realizing your strength, start realizing your potential. And I hand you over to Maheshwari ma'am because I believe education should be musical. Education should be fun. Education should be entertaining. Media entertainment should be integral part of education because today, when I look back, I don't want to tell my PhD holds no relevance today. I should not be called Dr. Gulshan Sharma. I don't deserve to be a compounder. What to talk of Dr. Gulshan Sharma? Yes, Maheshwari ma'am. Please, last word from your side.
yes, sir. I would say, can we change that? If India will, to
Yeah.
when India will.
Yes.
Yes.
My request.
So now you should say when India will change.
Yes.
When India will change.
Yes.
Change because of teachers. When India will change, it will because of youth. See, I changed within 1 minute.
Thank you.
सर
Okay,
वन
God bless
लास्ट
all of
पॉइंट
us. Yes, yes, Ashok ji.
सर एक नेगेटिव बोले आपने यू आर वीक यू आर लाइक लो स्कोरर नो वन इज लो स्कोरर एवरीवन इज जीनियस the only thing is they need to know where they need to put their mind as what you mentioned so everyone is genius no poor.
Ashok ji, I laughed today also while looking back in the chemistry lab in the 11th class. I was just interested when the fume will come. I never knew what gas is coming.
That's
I
that was your initiative, that was your inquisitive to know. That's again you're learning there, right?
and what Ashok ji mentioned, I vouch for that. The only skill, the only skill which made me pass my 11th standard, I'm telling before the entire world, and that was my singing skill and communication skill.
Mm.
Any VIP coming to our school, I used to anchor. I used to be the person who is standing in front and telling, ladies and gentlemen, today we extend a very hearty welcome, this. And that VIP used to tell while going, your that anchor is very nice. I think I got all the grace marks. So thank you very much. It was a pleasure to have all of you.
Thank
And
you.
Maheshwari ma'am, send me the details of that person.
So I will.
We will send across 1,000 rupees within 5 minutes. And God bless all of us. Wish you all a wonderful, happy new year ahead. Remain in touch. Let's keep empowering India and our youth and our teacher
Absolutely,
and
sir.
our education ecosystem. और
Absolutely.
हम तो बोलते हैं लास्ट में थोड़ा हिंदी में एक मणिकर्णिका का गाना है बहुत अच्छा देश से है प्यार तो हर पल ये कहना चाहिए मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए सिलसिला ये बाद मेरे यूं ही चलना चाहिए मैं रहूं या ना रहूं भारत ये रहना चाहिए and that has been sung by that gentleman from Tamil Nadu. What's his name? Shankar Mahadevan. Shankar Mahadevan.